Good evening, John. We just performed another firmware upgrade of Seestar. And neither Seestar nor I have any idea what it is doing. Let's see if it's going to go to Polaris. Let's hope it does not decide to do a horizontal alignment now. Because it's going to fail when it stares at the building. Oh, good. Polaris is between that idiot's legs. We're certainly going to need the dew heater tonight. We are focused. All right. Let's see. Where did you say dew heater is? LP filter. Adjust. Come on. Not here. Okay. Expert mode, live view format. Aircraft line eliminating. Okay, that is anti-dew. Thank you. Let's see if it'll take us to M15, because it's still too bright outside to do much else. While autofocusing automatically on temperature changes, Stellina did that 4 years ago. I realigned the sky cam, so we should see Polaris due north or on top of the screen. I'm looking forward to Comet 10P later tonight, but I'm going to tackle Cassiopeia some of my favorite targets there. All right, where do we go to? Adjust. Okay, that's still in the same place. That's good. All right, we're in business, I think. And that is the plane that they say they automatically can erase now. Good. All right, I'll get my tea. I'll be right back. Hello, Jeannie. What's the change to the denoise, John? Or is that something that I will see soon? I'm not happy with the framing. For some reason, the frames are aligning, but there is a big edge around it. Are we paying dearly for not putting it in equatorial mode? Let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay, gone. This is not pretty at all. Okay, we're starting to see stars on the sky cam, and there is Venus, the very bright object out here. This is Venus setting. The sun just set there. Hello, hello, Jeannie. My plan tonight is to spend a lot of time on some of my favorite targets in the Carina arm of Cassiopeia, or the Milky Way, namely the Eagle Nebula, the Swan Nebula, also known as Omega, and then Trifid, and possibly yeah, I don't know exactly when the comet 10P rises, but we should be able to get it. No, just one. 1 out of 43, not bad. Oh, the sky is clear. Okay, speaking of which, it's 2 so far. It is still bright outside. I mean, I'm pushing my luck. Ideally, we should not start imaging for another half hour at least. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Now it's rejecting more. Well, we went 42 with only one rejection. And then John asked if it's rejecting more, and it's trying to prove him right. Yeah, the only reason I went for M15 is that it's still too bright to do any nebula at this point. Focus is good. I refocused it automatically a few seconds ago. There we go. We have some pretty sharp stars, but I don't know why it's giving me this mess of a border. Oh no, there is no wind. It's as calm as can be. The wind was yesterday. I have more trees down that I need to chainsaw. Yeah, tomorrow's big project is to go out with pruners, hedge trimmers, and a chainsaw and clear some of the mess that yesterday's thunderstorms created. Yeah, much of our imaging tonight is going to be in the southeast region, so I'm waiting for it to get really dark in that area, and then we'll go tackle it nicely. Hello, Bill. Long time no see. Have the fires died down in northeast Minnesota? We finally got a break from Canada, but the whole situation was a real mess. If you're not scared by ugly images, I shall show you one quickly. This is what we are dealing with. We are in here. Alright, let's see if it'll let us show you where we are. Yeah, we're down here, and I discovered that I can turn on individual sensors and read what they are reading, air sensors on. That makes the image a bit more colorful, but we're finally in the green. Whereas those poor guys are still breathing awful stuff. Down here, the red, these are AQIs, 169. Unhealthy is an understatement. We are down here in the, 26, not bad. So this is the situation. Unfortunate thing is, I have not run in almost a week. Looking forward to tomorrow if it clears a bit further. I enjoyed tremendously driving my Tesla on Thursday when the AQI was around 200. It has a biodefense mode, which implements a very, very high quality filter in terms of recycling the air, and then raises the pressure inside the vehicle to about 1.5 atmosphere to prevent any outside air from entering. It's noisy, but I was able to breathe very nicely inside the car, as it was filtering the air that's going in and then raising the pressure on the inside to keep outside air from coming in. My neighbor, 2 houses up the road, is a professor at the College of Forestry, Environmental Science and Forestry, who specializes in forest fires. Actually, he sets fires to prevent fires. That's what he does for fun. And he was on TV again, and he indicated that the fires in Canada are unlikely to be put away anytime soon, and we're going to be spending the summer dealing with smoke whenever the wind turns unfavorable. John, I don't know. Let me ask Ara. They say every 3 years. It's a HEPA filter, HEPA. It is located in the front trunk area. This is funny. They recommend changing it every 3 years in the US or every year in China. May require more frequent replacement in high pollen areas, high pollution cities, and dusty environments. They do have a cabin filter health metric to help you monitor this. They say the replacement is a straightforward do-it-yourself job. Or you can take a second mortgage and have it done at the Tesla service center. John, the answer is yes. Apparently, it will, now that everybody knows how to enter into the secretive service mode by double-clicking 3 times on the screen and then typing the password service, and that goes into the service mode, and their service mode tells you how soon it requires replacement. It says tap the car icon 3 times rapidly. Read the warning message before you enable it. Do not drive the vehicle while in service mode. Yeah, I'm going to have to print some of these and then go to the car and do them. The sky is looking good on the Skycam. Today begins meteor shower season. The Perseids are expected to peak third week of August. Right now they're at about 3 meteors per hour. They will be peaking to about 100 meteors per hour. When we get closer to that, we will have our meteor watch with our meteor camera on. Bill, unfortunately, yes, it's the latest Seestar firmware. And the funniest thing is when I connected it to power, it said Seestar connected to computer. No, it's not connected to computer. This is just a power supply. Yeah, one message that they did not display after this firmware upgrade is, let's play a game. Can you find the 3 things that we moved around? It gave me a long warning signal. Connected to computer and a list of tasks that will fail. and I could not find a way to get out of that error message. So I waited, ignored it until it went away. Uh, 11%, exactly 11% ignored. John, you mean Ethernet cable into the USB power supply cable, which explains why it thought it was connected to a computer? Well, in the grand scheme of things, my Seestar S50 remains my go-to computer when it comes to deep sky objects. It does a good job. Still waiting for the S80 or the S70. We need one. Hello, Matthew. Matthew, guess what? Guess what? We have new firmware on the Seestar, and when I plugged it into the power, it gave me a long list of things that are going to go wrong. Matthew, anything we should be excited about also and congratulating you on? Very nice. Congratulations. Well, a long time ago, I complained to the Syracuse newspapers that they do not have a column on running. And the editor got testy with me and said, "You want one? Why don't you write it?" And what followed was 314 weekly articles. Every Monday morning, I had my 400 words. They paid me 5 cents per word. And that was a very nice ego trip for about 5 years, 6 years. Until they got annoyed with me and they decided that they're no longer run the running column. So I wish you the best. Especially if you have latitude to write about anything you want to write. Yeah, it was fun. I always wrote my articles after my runs. It's whatever came into my mind. I also developed a structure of any race, anybody who died that was famous in the community, anybody from out of town who was a good runner who came to visit. I got to interview them. But it was mostly whatever came to mind. I don't think you heard the Seestar. It said autofocusing. So that is a new feature of the latest firmware. It autofocuses when the temperature changes. So in another 5 minutes, I plan to hop over to the southeast and start tackling the Cassiopeia arm. Ought we pay TCRB a quick visit? No, it's out of the way. Sorry, gone. So we have lagoon, triffid, eagle, swan. At about half an hour each. That will barely do justice to them. And then I definitely want to go to 10p. It should have a magnitude of 7-ish. Ah, okay. Okay, let's see what the new denoise does. Blah, blah, blah. Really? We have a top-of-the-line tablet here. Okay. I don't know what it's talking about, saying performance is not good enough. This is a fully souped up Samsung tablet A9 with all the memory and the CPU that we need. All right. Star reduction? Whatever. Okay. Done. Thank you. Don't want to share. I want to go back to work. No. It's doing a full 360 degrees on me, which is going to wrap the cable. Thanks, Jeannie. This is almost as bad as Tesla full self-drive in a parking lot. The record now is I let it go 4 times around the parking lot and it could not find the exit, just kept going round and round. Okay, there is Triffid. It's not centered. Whatever. We haven't stacked any yet. Five out of five discarded. 6 discarded. Alright, we're going to send it to the target again. The answer is yes to all of the above, John. We are low, but there it is. It's right there in the center. And plenty of stars. So it has no excuse not to align. Okay, now it is stacking. It simply did not have it centered properly. I don't know if this is a meteor up on the left, or a satellite, or a plane, or wherever. Looks like M20 is not happy. Yeah, these targets are not going to get much higher tonight. We're going 10 degrees higher, see if that makes any difference. I will check DB in just a minute. Okay, we are centered nicely. Let's see if it's going to stack. It is on. Yeah, Fairmont is close enough to us. I darkened the sky cam to see if that helps. This extremely bright object is Venus. I don't think we have the moon still out there. Actually, yes, the moon is still out there. Okay. That is the moon. Venus has just set. Okay, we're gonna give M16 time to do justice, and then we'll see what the noise will do. Yes, the moon is near Spica. Okay. 6 out of 15 discarded. Thanks, Bill. No idea why it is finicky. We may have to abandon that part of the sky and head to the north. See if that makes any difference. We certainly have lots of starlinks in the neighborhood. Denote that is causing the higher discard rate. Can we turn it off while we are working? Okay, it cannot be turned off while we are stacking. So next one. Yeah, it's grayed out, so I'm gonna let the eagle stack for a while. Sky darkened a little bit more than I wanted. Gentlemen, I'm afraid we are dealing with either smoke or noise. I mean, sorry, smoke or clouds, because we are losing the stars. That is probably our problem more than anything else. Okay, let's see what the weather radar is telling us. No clouds. According to Ventus Sky, we don't have clouds. According to Fire and Smoke map, no, we're still at 30. It has gone up just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why we're losing visibility. Peek outside as we can see the brighter stars, but not much else. Well, the pillars of creation are shaping up nicely, so we're going to let it run. Even with a high discard rate, 1/3 of the frames are being discarded, which is fine. It means it's just going to take 1/3 longer. When I peeked outside, I could smell smoke, and it's not the neighbor's barbecue. Yes, Bill, it is nicely focused. I like it. I mean, there is great detail showing up. The AI enhancement later is gonna look great. Campfire smell, yes. I don't know if this was a meteor or a plane. It's too short to be a plane. Well, can you verify? We may have had a meteor. Nope, it's a plane. It's gone. It was to the southeast of Pompey. Don't know what the weather forecast is for tomorrow other than it's gonna be a running day. It says pleasant conditions through Monday and heavy thunderstorms return Tuesday, so it's gonna take a day to get here. Hello, Otto, and good evening to you. We are still dealing with the smoke in the area and possibly some haze and some clouds, but Seestar is doing okay. Okay, Iceland Air. Thank you, Bill. KEF would be Keflavik. John, it's beyond the little scope that could. DWARF would never get this kind of fine resolution, fine detail around M16. That's why I want more glass. We have International Space Station coming our way in about 6 minutes and will be with us for about 10 minutes. It is a good pass, starting at 2232. It's going to rise from the northwest, so somewhere around here, and we're going to see it pretty much go across the screen. Let's see how well it shows. That was a plane, Bill. Due west of Pompey. It was low enough that I could hear it with the window closed. 22 out of 61, so about quarter. It is improving. Yeah, right now the Roman Space Telescope is scheduled to launch on August 30th at 7:20 a.m. Eastern Time. It's a Falcon Heavy rocket, SpaceX. Do we know what kind of orbit it's going to be in? Where is it going to sit? It will travel 1 million miles away from Earth to a gravitational point L2. Lagrange L2. Isn't that where Webb is sitting? Yep, I've taken that Charlotte flight to Syracuse many times. That's going to be interesting, guys. Nancy Grace and James Webb are going to be sitting next to each other. Let's hope no hanky-panky takes place out at L2. John, you may or may not remember when Webb launched. We put the big telescope on it, the 11-inch, and tried tracking it to see how far we can track it before it disappeared. And we had quite a bit of controversy, people arguing that that was not Webb that I was imaging. It was something else that may or must or could have been moving about the same place, same distance. I don't know how bright Nancy is going to be. According to Gemini, Nancy Grace will be magnitude 17-ish. You can track it or see it with a 16-inch scope. The journey to L2 takes roughly 1 month. Within 3 to 4 days after launch, it will pass the distance of the Moon, and apparent brightness will plummet to about 14. During the first week of its travel, amateur telescopes with CMOS cameras can still capture it. So we're going to be tracking it. Let's hope that the Stellarium or somebody is going to have the coordinates during its ascent. In the meantime, with only 13.5 minutes stacked, M16 looks nice. I mean, we can already see the 3D effect around the pillars of creation. I still want to let it stack a lot more than 13 minutes. Hello, Australia. What's the stock market doing this morning in Australia? Yes, we will be following the images. Actually, we did that with James Webb initially. Everything that Webb captured, we tried capturing and put them side by side to compare. There is the International Space Station on the Skycam. We have a lot of smoke, barely visible. Yep, it's gone. Current temperature 61, which is a far cry from the 97 that we had a week ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway to 30 minutes stacked for M16, which is my objective. And then we may take a quick break and hop over to Comet 10P at around 11 o'clock, and then come back to do the Swan, aka Omega Nebula. I noticed only one refocus so far, John. So we'll see when it refocuses. I think 57. Yeah, tonight they're forecasting 57 as the low, 54 by the morning. So we may get, if it's 5 degrees, we may get another one. So JPL Horizons system gives the exact coordinates every minute of the Space Telescope's journey. The JPL Horizon system provides access to location data for 1,553,000 asteroids, 4,069 comets, 461 planetary satellites, 8 planets, 1 sun, and L1, L2 spacecraft. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to demonstrate the web interface for the Jet Propulsion Laboratory Horizon System. Stand by. So we're going to go to the Horizon System right away. This is the Horizon System, and if we select the app, it'll allow us to specify what body we are looking at. I selected the James Webb Space Telescope. The observer location, I selected Syracuse because they have not heard of Pompey. The time, and generate the ephemeris, and it gives us rate ascension and declination on a day-to-day basis. And I suspect that's what we will be using to track the Roman telescope when it's launched. I shall post the link Hello, Goblin. That is the link if you want to locate or track any object in the heavens. No, we're still here, Matthew. We're messing with the JPL Horizon system. It's looking ugly out there. Pompey Temple has magnitude 7. Altitude 12 degrees now. I'm going to wait until it gets to about 20 before we attempt to image it. No idea, John. We have a mix of clouds and smoke. Don't know what's causing what. Good night, Bill. We may not be on much longer if this keeps getting yeah, looks like either smoke or clouds moving, and what we are seeing is just a hole opening into the sky. Okay, it does. Seestar has 10p temple in its catalog, so let's hope it is up to date. Okay, I'm back. We are at 25 minutes. As soon as we get to 30, we will apply the AI enhancement and then try to go capture the comet. Bill is back. Yeah, we're going to see what enhancement will do to this image. There already is lots of nice detail. Comet is magnitude 7, and let's hope that the catalog is up to date. I'm seeing more stars, and I don't know if this is cloud or smoke. Tzatziki. It tastes good also. $47 out of 160, about 20%, 23, 24% loss rate. It is yummy indeed. Labneh is when you get full-fat yogurt and you drain it until it hardens a little bit and it turns into labneh. It's essentially Greek yogurt, if you will. All you need is a clean piece of cloth and put it in a drainer or a strainer, and then dump the full-fat yogurt in it and let it drain for a few hours. Some people will put a pinch of salt, will add a pinch of salt to the yogurt to speed up the draining. Yes, you read my mind, John. When I grew up, my grandfather had a dairy farm, and besides eating a lot of creme brulee, because he also had chickens, we used to get fresh milk. Fresh milk became yogurt, yogurt became labneh, and we ate a lot of that. Spread it on a piece of bread and eat it. Yeah, Bill, you can make your own labneh. It's very straightforward. Just get yourself some 100% or sorry, full-fat yogurt, a clean piece of cloth, lay it into the bottom of a strainer, and dump the yogurt in it and let it drain through. And as John mentioned, a pinch of salt. You don't have to start big. You can start with a small container of yogurt. It becomes very spreadable. It's taking its jolly time in between frames. It sits at 0 seconds. Live 0 second. Yep, this one did not stack. All right, we're gonna do the AI enhancement at this point. We're not stacking anymore. So they replaced one click with 3 clicks. Not a bad image. All right. We're going to attempt to see if we can find the comet. So this was updated a few minutes ago. Let's see if we can get it. Sorry, John, missed that. We'll do it next time. It appears to be clear enough due east. Let's see if we can get the comet. It says object is centered. Yep, I see it. We have a comet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have comet 10P in sight. Hello, Toast. Don't know if you joined us a few minutes ago to see the Eagle Nebula and the Pillars of Creation. It came out nice. If you just joined, you may want to slide back by a few minutes and you will see it. We're looking at Comet 10P Temple. It's magnitude 7. And we thought we were clear of smoke, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're still dealing with smoke. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined, welcome to the Pompey Observatory. We are streaming live from a Seestar S50 telescope and a ZWO ASI715 based Skycam. We're looking at Comet 10P Temple. I'm curious, what are the stars right next to it? The Stellarium app is not giving us clarity. Let's see if the Stellarium website does. Okay, this is interesting. The Stellarium website is showing the stars, whereas Stellarium app is not. It is a 50mm telescope, yes. I'm going to try to superimpose the two images just to confirm that we have what we want. Uh-oh. There we go. As you can tell, we have the comet right there. There is the comet. We have two stars next to it. And the very distinct combination of the three stars up here. So these two are, they concur in detail. But the interesting thing that we cannot see is a galaxy there. PGC 862611. It's a quarter of a minute by a quarter of a minute. Don't know if it's going to be visible at some point. Okay, take this off. So my aspirations to spend quality time on that arm of the Milky Way appear to have been foiled. We got the Eagle Nebula. It came out reasonably nice. We got Comet 10P. And at this point, I'm going to wish you a good night before it turns into Monday. And try to get some sleep. So thank you all for joining. And sorry we did not have a more elaborate outline tonight.